Good morning student, welcome back to our another class. Today we will discuss about mapping the earth, globe, latitudes and longitudes. Mapping the earth is more difficult because our planet is not a flat surface. Means the earth nearly has the shape of a sphere. It means it is not a perfect sphere, but it is slightly flattens at pole, North Pole and the South Pole. Now let's discuss about globe. What is globe? A globe is a small model of the earth. It shows the accurate earth shape. It shows continents, oceans, poles, and equator. On a globe, we can easily see ocean, continents, country, and important lines like equator, latitudes, longitudes, the North Pole, and the South Pole. So, we want to study a whole earth, we use a globe, but we needed detailed information like country, village, city, so we use a map. So student, look at this picture carefully. We have a globe. Globe shows the earth as a round shape, but because it is a round, we cannot see the whole earth at the same time, so we use a map. But when we cut the globe into a long strip, it is called a gouge. Some part get stretched, especially near the pole. So we can use a flat map, but it is not a perfectly accurate. It is very useful because it allows us to see the entire world on a one page. We see oceans, continents, all parts of the earth. So, that's why maps are used in classroom, travels, books, and weather forecasting every day. Remember, a globe shows the earth's true shape, while a map helps us to study more easily. Now that we know how the earth is shown on a globe and a map, a new question comes to the mind is how do we find the exact location of a place on earth? To answer this question, we use imaginary lines. So we use imaginary lines drawn on the globe. These lines help us to locate places accurately. These are latitudes and the longitudes. Latitudes are a horizontal imaginary circle drawn around the earth from east to west. Latitudes and the longitudes are a vertical lines that runs from the north pole to the south pole. Now let's learn about latitudes. The latitudes are imaginary lines drawn around the earth from east to west, and the longest latitudes is equator. They are also called a parallel because they are always parallel to each other, they never meet. Latitude help us to measure the distance north of the equator and the distance south of the equator. And the equator divides the earth into two parts, northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. There are 90-degree north pole and the 90-degree south pole. these are point, not a circle. So latitudes are a circle that drawn from east to west. Let's summarize the main important points. Latitudes are imaginary circle. They are also called parallels of latitudes. Latitudes are expressed in degree. The equator is the longest latitude, 0-degree latitudes. The equator divides the earth into two equal halves, northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. As we move from the equator towards the pole, the latitude circle becomes smaller. The North Pole and the South Poles are point, not circle. All places of the same latitudes receive nearly the same amount of sunlight. So latitude influences climate and temperature. Now let's learn about longitudes. Longitudes are imaginary lines that runs from North Pole to South Pole. And longitudes are not circle, they are semicircle. And they meet at the North Pole and the South Pole. And the most important longitude is 0-degree longitudes. It is called a prime meridian because in 1884 some nation decided that the meridian passing through the Greenwich, an area of London in England, they called Greenwich Meridian. And latitude help us measure how far a place is east or west of meridian, east and west of meridian. The prime meridian divided the earth into two parts, eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. The part of east is called the eastern hemisphere and the part of west is called the western hemisphere. All latitudes meet at North Pole and the South Pole. 0 degree to 180 is east, 0 degree to 180 is east and 0 degree to 180 is west. 180 east and 180 west is a same meridian, so it is simply written 180, not east and not west. Okay, students? So student, now let's revise longitudes and latitudes. Longitude is measured from 0 to 180 east and 0 to 180 west. 0 is a prime meridian. 180 east and 180 west refer to the same meridian, so it is written simply as 180 degree. And latitude is measured from 0 degree to 90 degree north and 0 degree to 90 degree south. 0 degree is the equator, the starting point for measuring latitude. So these are latitudes. It is a horizontal imaginary line, and these are longitudes. It is a vertical line.